one who knows nothing can understand nothing. Plunge deeper into the darkness, and your heart will grow even stronger.
Good tidings, everybody. Welcome to the Ansem Report podcast. This is episode number 140. That's right, 140 episodes of the longest-running Kingdom Hearts podcast that you've ever seen. My name is Mike, and with me, as always, is my brother, the very sensual, the very toit. He also speaks perfect Japanese. Jason. Hello, Jason.
Hello.
How's it going, brother?
How's it going, dude?
So we have a very special episode for you this week. This week we are going to be joined by two members of the shady organization known as March Caprice, KeybladeSpyMaster and Orpheus Joshua. And we talked to them basically about March Caprice, and we have a nice little chat with them later on in the episode. We already did it. That's how I can tell you it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good.
It was good, and they give some insight on March Caprice and give everybody some advice on if they should apply to be in it this year.
Spoiler alert. Don't. Wait another second to apply.
You got me, dude. You got me with that one. I didn't know what you were going with it.
Oh, I thought it was obvious.
Because we literally just spent like the whole interview talking about how people should apply. Yeah. And then you just said, don't. I was like,
I thought it was obvious what I was doing.
No, you got me. Anyway, before we get to that, we have a absolutely poggers announcement to make. And if you're a member of the Discord, you already know this. But if you're not, if you're just a humble listener on YouTube, or this coming Thursday, December 30th at 5 p.m. EST on twitch.tv/Super SpikeGhetti Bros will be. And normally I would yell this last word, but it is 11:30 at night where I am right now. So I cannot yell the word live. But I want you guys to just kind of imagine me screaming live at the top of my lungs when I say it. Okay, you ready? The Ansem Report podcast live.
But like 10 times louder.
Yeah, 10 times louder than that. Actually, I might boost it in post so it just blows out people's eardrums. We were going to be doing a live podcast at 5 p.m. EST on twitch.tv/Super SpikeGhetti Bros. We were very excited about it. It's the first time we've done a live podcast actually since March Caprice.
Yeah.
Which that one was even kind of a abbreviated, a mini version of the live podcast, if you will. And then before that, it was last January with the 100th episode. So,
holy moly,
which is nutty. And we've kind of gotten out of doing. We were doing them every couple months, and then I don't know. I didn't forget, but it just kind of didn't seem like a thing that we were able to do as much.
Yeah.
But now
there's less going on with KH,
right? And
then also it's like we don't want to like force it,
right?
And
I'm sure you're wondering, well, Mike, what's different now? Why are you doing a live podcast now? Our good friend Jip. 214. Don't call him JIP. He and a couple other members. He had some help from Orpheus Joshua, Sean_AFK, Tyler Rims, maybe a few more. I don't remember exactly. He made a Super SpikeGhetti Bros iceberg. Now, if you're not familiar,
what's an iceberg?
If you're not familiar what an iceberg is, the idea is it is just this stock picture of an iceberg and how, an iceberg shows you so much on top, but down below there's a lot more, right?
Deeper.
And so the idea is on the top of the iceberg is the known lore.
Super SpikeGhetti Bros lore.
And then at the bottom of the iceberg is the deep lore that only the people that have been around a long time know about.
Or just like one or two specific streams.
Yeah, or just, So he made this iceberg with help, and we are going to do something I've seen on YouTube a lot, where it'll be like the Undertale iceberg explained, right?
Yeah.
We are going on this live podcast. We are going to explain the Super SpikeGhetti Bros iceberg. Every single
meme
piece of content on this iceberg, we are going to explain. And the question of the week is going to tie into that, but that's a spoiler for later. That's a mystery mouse tool that we're going to save for later. So we're going to do that, plus other surprises and more. And so we hope you guys will please join us next Thursday, December 30th at 5 p.m. EST, twitch.tv/Super SpikeGhetti Bros. It's going to be a fun time. Also, it's going to be recorded, obviously, and uploaded as that week's episode 141, a palindrome episode.
Hell yeah.
Love that. And, last year we got to stream on New Year's Eve, and we're not going to be able to do that this year. I have to work, and
lame shit.
Yeah. So we figured this would be a fun way to kind of early on ring in the new year with you guys.
Yeah.
New year, new podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey.
Not a new podcast, the same one for 141 episodes. So that's kind of the idea behind it. So I hope you guys will please join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have some fun stuff planned for it. Not just including the iceberg, but we have some fun ideas that we want to.
You don't want to miss it. Dude.
It's weird that we've kind of gotten away from doing these because I feel like the live podcasts are the ones where we've been the most creative.
Maybe, yeah.
Because to me, it's very important if it's live that we just put on a show. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the 100th episode.
It's an event.
I think what happened is the 100th episode took so much of my brain power and so much work, and it turned out so
that you
well.
Equated every live episode with being on
that, and I'm just
level.
I don't think we can top that. Like it was so good. Like between, the Sonic commercial bits and the Chick Slam.
Yeah.
People still talk about the Chick Slam, me walking in on Chick Slam sitting here by himself shit.
Yeah.
Like, people still talk about that. And then we had our friends that have been on the podcast do the funny call.
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody thought that was live and it was not. And even the question of the week where people just said some really cool sappy shit, and that was such a cool episode. And so I think it kind of made me go, oh, we can't do that every time, and I'm definitely a habitual try to top myself guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Especially with stuff like that. So I'm like, well, wait, maybe because when I first thought of this, I was like, maybe we could do I was like, wait, no, let's just do the iceberg and have a fun couple other things and go from there. You know? So it's gonna be a great time, and I want to get back to doing those at least quarterly if we can.
Yeah.
Because that was a lot of fun, and especially when we get in the new space, we're gonna have a lot more room to maneuver and do some wild shit. So I hope you guys will please look forward to that. But yeah, join us this Thursday, 5 p.m. EST. Twitch.tv/Super SpikeGhetti Bros. But before that happens, Jason, man, we got a wild week next week.
We do.
We got a wild week next week. Monday, I will be strapping up my boots, tying them tight.
A little too tight.
A little too tight. Maybe losing some feeling in my foot.
Okay.
Because I'm going to kick Jip's ass in a Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer race. And if he wins, he gets to be mod on our Discord. Or no, I'm sorry, on our Twitch, not on our Discord.
Yeah,
Definitely not on our Discord.
Not on Discord.
On Twitch. And I asked him recently, I agreed to this, and I said, wait a minute, what's in this for me?
I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
What do I get?
I got everything on the line.
Yeah, I'm putting all my reputation on the line here to go against Jip. I can't lose to Jip. He didn't even know how to set the damn thing up. We found out yesterday, he was like, my hints aren't working. He was never generating the hints. I was trying to help him. I was searching. I was searching the internet. Jip, no one has had this problem.
Jip.
The auto tracker, the randomizer works completely fine. It's just when you find an Ansem report, no hints show up. He wasn't generating the hints. He was just saving a blank file and loading it. Which I didn't even suggest to him because I was like, Jip, there's no way that's what you're doing.
Oh, no.
There's no way that's what you're doing.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So anyway, if I lose to him, my life will be ruined.
Yeah, you can't.
And he offered me mod on his Twitch channel.
Okay, that's fair.
And I laughed. But I accepted the offer. So the winner of this randomizer race,
mod for mod,
we're gonna be playing with some kind of baby mode rules just because we don't want it to take 6 hours.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a fun time. So that is going to be Monday, December 27th, 4 p.m. EST, twitch.tv/Super SpikeGhetti Bros. Jason will be there. He's gonna vet the seed for us, create the seed.
Yeah. I'm gonna make it as CBT as possible.
Yep.
While also being baby mode.
And also he will be Jip will be streaming it as well. twitch.tv/Jip214, but we'll be in each other's Discord calls so we can make fun of each other and not tell each other what we're doing.
True.
And it'll be a good time. So please come hang out. Also, dude, it's fucking Christmas Eve today.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Which is insane.
We haven't even mentioned that.
We haven't even mentioned the holiday. So I hope you guys are all cozy at home in front of the fire. Maybe a cup of hot cocoa. Your dog or cat laying at your feet.
You got to make sure you have the cookies and milk out. Your
Ansem report hoodie on. Maybe a Dog Street shirt that you gifted for your wife, wrapped up and under the tree.
Yeah, true.
Or husband, or wife, whatever way you go. No judgment here. But I hope that your Christmas has lots of SpikeGhetti merch involved.
Have we? I feel like when's the last time we even mentioned we had merch, dude?
I do it every week. I do it when you're not in the room, so you don't realize. Like there's literally like 10 merch plugs in every episode.
Really?
No, not at all. I never talk about it.
Laugh so hard. Please, God, please buy our merch.
Like I literally, like you say the word scuffed on the stream, and I go and stop and go. Speaking of scuffed, Jason, you could get this scuffed shirt for only $15.99 on our merch store, and you're like, "Wow, that is great." And then it cuts back to like whatever the actual conversation was.
What the fuck?
No, that doesn't happen. That'd be funny though.
That's scuffed.
Wow, Jason. You know what else is scuffed? These T-shirts we sell for $9.99 on our merch store. Get them; they're great stocking stuffers. They're a scuffed stocking stuffer.
Wow. That's great.
Anyway, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back... Oh, one thing I forgot. A little bit of housekeeping. Knock, 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 knock. Housekeeping. A little bit of housekeeping. You guys can now rate our podcast. Our podcast on Spotify. Just like you could before on Apple Podcasts, you can now rate us on Spotify.
So for all our Spotify homies,
and all you freaks out there listening on Spotify with your Spotify Premium, go give us a 5-star rating. I don't think you can leave a comment, can you?
I don't know.
Here's the thing.
I don't know how it works, dude.
I don't know how it works either because I don't listen to our podcasts. I don't listen to any podcasts on Spotify.
Here, I've listened to a couple before.
Let's see if it lets you rate it.
Let me see.
When I click it, it says only listeners of this show can rate it. I fucking own the thing, Spotify.
Yeah, but you can't rate your own shit.
I fucking own it, dude.
You can't rate your own shit.
Yeah, I can. Watch me. It won't let me. Like, watch me. It won't let me. What the fuck, dude? I own it. What the fuck? What the fuck? While Jason's looking this up, my good friend Rob, shout outs to Rob, says...
No, you can't. It just says you're just giving it a star.
Says that new Matrix movie is meh as fuck. Don't waste your time in the theater. It's on HBO Max. Thank you, Rob.
Shout outs to Rob.
The man, the myth, the legend. Anyway, so you cannot leave a comment?
You cannot, but drop us a 5-star for the boys.
Drop a 5-star for the boys and go do it on Apple Podcasts. That's right. I don't ask you for a lot. Do it on both for Christmas.
For Christmas, please.
For Christmas.
All I want for Christmas is a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
That's all I want. That's all I want, please. Anyway, we're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, we're gonna be joined by KeybladeSpyMaster and Orpheus Joshua. I know I said their names all dastardly
because they're cretins.
For March Caprice. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Ansem Report podcast. Jason, we have two, not just one, two very special guests on the show today to talk about everybody's favorite Kingdom Hearts event, March Caprice.
Yo.
I'm assuming it's everybody's favorite. It's my favorite. I guess
mine too.
I don't know out there. We have with us Orpheus Joshua, the man you know and love and love to hate, Orpheus Joshua. Hello, OJ.
Heyo.
And we also have with us a first-time guest. I guess OJ's a first-time guest, but, people, whatever. KeybladeSpyMaster is here with us as well. And hi, KeybladeSpyMaster. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Dude, I'm so good. We're so happy to have you guys on. Thank you for coming on. We are going to be talking a little bit about March Caprice, and this was kind of an idea that was brought to me by the shady organization known as March Caprice to kind of every month have different members of this conglomerate, if you will, on to talk about March Caprice. So I guess we should start, fellas, with some of our audience might not know exactly who you guys are. So OJ, why don't you tell people what you do, who you are, and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so in regards to March Caprice, I joined the organization for about midway through its planning last year. So I wasn't really too involved. I mainly just helped with like the social media
likely
aspect
story, OJ.
Just like through like some like articles from Cage 13 and just like helping out with the retweeting and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This year I'm a bit more involved because I've been here since the start. I like partake in the meetings. I still wouldn't say I'm as involved as some of the other people, but I do help with like some of the participant planning and just like what directions we take the site in. Like just like I helped out with the press kit and like stuff like that.
Okay, cool. And then KeybladeSpyMaster, I'm assuming you're more involved than OJ is, because I feel like this is kind of your baby, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is for sure.
Kind of, yeah. So I was one of the first people involved with March Caprice, and so we started this in September 2 years ago, 2019. Mm-hmm. No, so sorry, September 2020 is when we started, and yeah, I've been in most of the meetings. Helping to shape what it is that we wanted this to look like, what we wanted a virtual event for the Kingdom Hearts series to actually look like, and how would that work. Because like there isn't really, there are a lot of, and there are increasingly more gatherings and events for franchise and series specific events, I guess. I'm being a little redundant.
Right.
But there isn't one for Kingdom Hearts. And there's been talk about having one for some time. There's going to be one this year. But before, there wasn't one at all in any way, shape, or form. So in those early meetings, like really discussed how we wanted that to look like. And it was just been going from there. Kind of just refining it from there.
Well, and what's interesting about it to me is that you guys, basically not knowing you guys were talking about it, and that was before the pandemic really hit, right? Or was it spurred on by the pandemic?
It was kind of spurred on by the pandemic.
Okay.
Because it started in September 2020.
Oh, okay. So well into the
yeah, I'm just dude, all the years blend together ever since this thing started. So I'm exactly. Just like, wait, no, that was before. No, that was definitely after.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started in September 2020. That was just 4 months ago, right? It's December 2020.
Yeah. True.
It certainly feels that way. But so you guys said, hey, you know what? There's not really an event like this for Kingdom Hearts. Let's get together and talk about it and see what we can do, right? And I think that's really cool, and I think that we were involved in the first event last year, as in like we were someone who got to showcase something we did, not involved as in the planning, obviously. And it was a great event. Like
it was awesome.
We met a lot of really cool people through that event, and I know I've heard a lot of different people echo the same. Different friends of ours have said, man, if it wasn't for March Caprice, I wouldn't have met all these cool people. And that's kind of the goal of an event like that, right? Is to bring people together over something they love. So I think you guys, obviously this year you're aiming for something bigger and better, but I think you guys hit a goal of having this cool event that really brought people together, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, what we were really aiming for too was precisely because of the pandemic, having kind of an event that would help kind of relieve the stress of being locked in. So many countries were, having lockdowns. So many different areas and countries were locked down.
For sure.
Right.
People were either they weren't allowed to leave or they were hesitating to leave for health reasons or whatever. So part of the idea behind March Caprice was to enable some sort of connection with others, even if we couldn't physically go out and meet with anyone, kind of have that kind of experience virtually and safely.
Safely is the big thing, right? Because it's like, as fun as it would be to pack everybody in a convention center right now, or even last year, like, that's not what you wanted to do around that time, for health reasons. And so it really, like, when we did our thing, it felt big, it felt like the closest thing to that kind of event, but at home. And
yeah,
it was really cool.
Well, what I also like about it too is like, okay, if I miss a live event where I have to go there, there's not like experiencing that again. I can't be like, oh, or like if there's two things going on at the same time, I have to pick and choose. Whereas with an online event, that stuff is meant to stay there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we did a live like podcast and all that, but it was something where if people weren't there right away, it wasn't something they were going to completely miss out on. It was going to be
For
there. Sure. As well as like me, I'm a fucking trog. So like I fucking don't wake up till fucking past noon. You know what I mean? So like if there was something happening before then, I'm not gonna fucking see that shit. But now I can because it's virtual. And that's what's so cool is all that stuff. Even if there was something I missed from last year, I can go see that right now. You know what I mean? And if anyone missed March Caprice last year, you could look it up right now and find really cool people from last year, and then also have something to look forward to again this year. Yeah. So it's cool.
For sure.
Yeah, that's one of the things we've been able to kind of compile or put together on our new website is the links to all of the events from last year. We're still working on putting back all of the submitted artwork and merchandise stuff for the artist alley. We've run into a little bit of a issue where we're not really satisfied with how it looks like right now. So we're still kind of working on restoring that from last year, but I mean, all of the video streams and video premieres from last year are available and they're all linked on our website right now.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely really helpful to be able to go back and re-experience those moments.
So I guess I got to ask you guys, OJ, you were saying you weren't as involved last year, which I'm not so sure I believe. I feel like you're probably the brains behind the whole operation. But what was your guys' favorite event from last year?
That's a hard one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm asking you to pick favorites. And if you don't say the live podcast, OJ, you're dead to me.
I think there was this really interesting, I think it was from Keynote. Like he did some like music. Wait, I'm trying to like find it here. Oh no, it wasn't Keynote. It was somebody did like a really cool like flute cover.
Oh yeah,
it was like a flute cover for like March Caprice. It was actually really cool. It was like 6 minutes long. It was pretty impressive. From
yeah, who was that? Shit.
Awesome in My World is their name on YouTube.
Oh,
there it is. Yep.
That's not who I thought it was.
Okay, LJ, now say it like you knew immediately.
Of course, Awesome in My World.
That's one of the things I found really cool. And to OJ's point, is a lot of the musical talent that just bursted out from March Caprice and all these cool covers of different Kingdom Hearts songs, and then like even like people that were like analyzing the music a little more, and there's a lot, like I didn't realize there was such an undercurrent of all these basically analytical music people coming out to support Kingdom Hearts during March Caprice, and like I just think that's really cool. KeybladeSpyMaster, what was your favorite event from last year?
I think it would have to be, and I think if I don't, or rather, if I recall this correctly, we kind of made this up last second. It wasn't originally something that was part of the plan the whole time, but it would probably have to be the Scriblio event we did at the end of the first day. The Kingdom Hearts specific.
Yeah, I witnessed some of that.
I can't remember what they called it exactly. Overly specific.
I think it was overly specific Kingdom Hearts Scriblio.
I loved that one. It was hilarious. It was it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Oddly specific. Yeah.
Oddly specific. That's the word. Yep. Oddly specific. Yep.
OJ with the correction. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that I witnessed some of that. That was pretty fun. A pretty funny time. That was the first time I had seen or heard of Cheney at that point, and he because he was streaming it, and I was just like, oh, okay, all right. And then now, I make fun of his name all the time, and he gets mad at me. So that we have a good working relationship.
Yeah, I think so. I think for that event, Cheney came up with it within the last week, I think, before the event began. Where we were just deciding, we have a little bit of time at the end of the first day.
I think it was a nice just casual, just like cleanup for the first day, for like people to just like for people to just like settle down after the first day, because it was pretty tense for us after a while.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're running an event like this, not that I've run an event in this size, but we've done some charity streams and stuff that were like a pretty big deal to us, and there is that relief of, okay, we did the first day, or we did whatever we were going to do at first, and now it's like, and something like that is a really good way to unwind for sure. So I guess my question is, there's probably people sitting at home listening to this right now saying, hey, you know what? I watched a bunch of March Caprice stuff last year. Is there anything different about this year's iteration of the event?
Well, one of the things that we've done differently so far is, and probably one of the biggest changes I think is, there is now where we came up with how to include writers in March Caprice. So last year we, unfortunately, I guess, we completely didn't think about that. And right now there is now a separate sign-up form for submitting like written work. The idea of March Caprice is to showcase everyone's talent. So we want to be as open to whatever that means to people as possible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
So like people are just writing like stories and things like that.
Yeah, and like fan fiction, published or not published, I guess, but like written analysis. Some people, instead of like doing YouTube videos, will like analyze in a blog post.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
So is the idea that the website's just linking those posts and releasing them during the event? Like, hey, check this out, and tweeting it out and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's exactly the idea.
That's really cool. Awesome. That's one of the things that was really impressive to me about the event, is it was very like all encompassing, and I didn't even think about writing.
Right.
Like that.
Me neither.
But so
I can't even read.
Right. Jason can't even read, so he's gonna need me to read the stuff to him. But like the fact that you guys can have pretty much as many mediums as possible, all related to like Kingdom Hearts, but also showcasing a bunch of different kinds of talent. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say we're on the artsy side of things at all, but we like to goof around and try to be funny and have a good time. And the fact that some doofuses like us can fit in, as well as someone, having a musical performance or writing a story that's cool, or and analyzing anything, or making a video about if Sora got eaten by a crocodile. Like there's just like, it can like encompass all kinds of different things. And I just think that's so cool. It's different than just, hey, here's a stream where, we do Kingdom Hearts stuff. It's all of that and more, and that's awesome.
Yeah, we do want it to try and be as open as possible, to help it be as diverse as possible as far as the variety of like people and content that can be showcased in March Caprice.
We're also pretty open to like different languages too. Like we're trying to be a bit better about like trying to be more inclusive of like people who aren't English speakers.
OJ, what are you guys doing to I mean, you said you're being more open, but like what exactly are you guys doing to make it more open?
Reach out more, because that's one of the things that we kind of wanted to, like I I recall like after the end of the first March Caprice event, that was one of the first things we thought of like about how to improve for the future was trying to broaden cultural and just like the languages because like for as wide as the event was, like there's only so many people that do speak English who are Kingdom Hearts fans, and there's so many sub communities that speak like Spanish and all these other languages. So we're trying to reach out more and try to get some more creators out there.
Yeah, I feel like that's got to be like a tough proposition though, because it's like, unless you have people on staff who speak those languages, it's probably tough to reach out to those communities and say, hey, do you want to be involved in this? But that's awesome that you guys are even considering that. I love that. I guess that's my point about like all this with March Caprice is that you guys have created an event, with lots of other people's help, not just the two of you, obviously, but created an event that kind of embodies what Kingdom Hearts is or what Kingdom Hearts should be, right? It's all about, positivity and inclusivity and friendship, power, and all that stuff. And I just think that's really awesome because there's a lot of like Kingdom Hearts stuff out there that isn't that, right? It's like people like chasing clout and doing weird things and like being mean to people. And it's like, no, like Kingdom Hearts is about friendship, you know what I mean? And coming together to
kill darkness.
No, not to kill darkness, but
like accept it, man. We gotta accept
obliterate it into nothingness.
Yeah, dude. Okay, Jason just got possessed by Zemnis or something. Right now, what are? Forgive me, I'm a terrible podcast host, but what are the dates of March Caprice right now? I should have this pulled up, but I suck at life.
That's fine. I'm a terrible podcast guest.
No, you guys are great. You guys are great. Don't.
Okay, good. So March Caprice this year is going to be March 26 and 27.
It's a bit weird for us because Square announced that they're gonna have some sort of anniversary event, and we have no idea when that is. Mm-hmm. So there's always the chance that it's gonna be like, oh shit, it's like the end of March, and they're gonna host something digital. I don't know, but we're just kind of like banking on the hope that we'll be safe for that on weekends. If we're not, then I won't. But
yeah, that would.
I don't know. I think even if it is, March Caprice is like its own like fan made thing. Like, okay, who's gonna know what the fans want to do and stuff more than the fans? You know what I mean? Like, Square Enix is awesome, but like, they're not gonna know every single. Like, I feel like that would just be too much for them. I don't know, because it's never been a thing that they've done.
Oh, what do you mean though, Jason? Like, if they do their own event?
Like if they were to do something similar to March Caprice.
Oh no, I don't think they're doing that. I just think they're gonna announce some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're
just 20th anniversary stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, like in October when they announced Sora for Smash and everything, they did that announcement where they said that they were gonna do a special 20th anniversary event at some point. And there would be more details coming up.
Oh, okay. How you guys said it made it seem like it was going to be similar to March Caprice.
No,
they're not.
I'm just worried that it might be like.
So then, I don't think it matters even if it's the same day. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's definitely something where if somebody wanted to see March Caprice stuff, then they're going to see it regardless. You know.
Yeah. No, definitely.
If anything, I think if it was really close to it, it would be even better, honestly, because it's like. There's like so much buzz going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if it was earlier.
Well, if it was like a day before or a couple days before, that would be sick actually, because then you guys can just kind of roll into it, right?
I'm kind of hoping it's the day right after, so that we're kind of like what's that called? Kind of like the opening act.
Yeah. You guys open up for the 20th anniversary event.
The 20th anniversary is the day after March Caprice. Is Monday. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it really? Okay, so you guys are like, hey, Saturday, Sunday, hopefully Monday they post something
exactly.
Cool.
Honestly, that's probably better case scenario, because I'm thinking, okay, if there's some hype stuff, no one's going to have enough time to like make anything for that. It's like, Kingdom Hearts 4 coming out or whatever, right? Like the new Kingdom Hearts game. And then the next day, it's supposed to be this event, but Yeah, I feel like that would definitely. Yeah,
I don't think
hopefully it's after.
I don't think it would hurt the event though if it
No,
was
but I
after.
just like as like a content creator, you're gonna be like, oh shit, like I want to talk about. I wish I had enough time to make this thing or like whatever. Like I know there would be people.
Dude,
like
that's
that.
where we come in, where we say, hey, we're gonna do a live podcast again. But then if
Yes.
that stuff drops, we ditch whatever we were gonna do and we just talk about it.
We're good
right?
at just fucking saying whatever the hell. Just doing it live.
Yeah, we're just doing
There
it
you
live.
Something that is different this year that related to the dates I remembered because of the dates. The day before March Caprice, we're going to be having what we're calling a community day, and we're going to have more details on what exactly that's going to look like. But it would basically kind of expands March Caprice to a third day, starting on Friday.
Okay.
What I can say though is I believe community day is not planned to be like a structured schedule kind of day.
Okay. It's like mini March Caprice.
Yeah.
It's like
Pre-March Caprice. March Caprice.
Exactly. There you go.
March Caprice. There we go. All right. Dude, you guys should hire us. We got some
marketing
good ideas,
manager.
okay?
that's it. We're bankrupt.
We'll take OJ's job. It's fine. Just kick him out.
Oh, no.
He'll be all right.
All right, sounds good.
I hate to see it.
Say someone is listening to this right now and they are on the fence about submitting to March Caprice. What would you guys say to them to try and convince them to, hey, maybe sign up and get your stuff shown off?
I think like probably the biggest fear that I've seen some people have when it comes to like signing up for this is like they think they have to, like they don't think they have like their work is of enough quality to be applicable for this event, when I think that's kind of the opposite. Like because like the point of March Caprice to me is like highlighting creators who aren't well known, and like not to throw shade, but like but like people who aren't well known don't really have the capability to have like really high end equipment or stuff like that. You know, so I don't think you really have to worry about
Right.
like as long as you put care into what you're creating. I think that's all that really matters. So you don't really have to worry about like
For sure.
production value or quality or stuff like that. You know, like I think that's like the real point of this event to me, is just like trying to put yourself out there.
That's the other thing too, is like obviously there's a ton of people in the Kingdom Hearts community that are well known, right? And not to say that like, oh, you can't be a part of it if you have more than this many subs or something like that. But like, if you don't have people who are a little bit well known, it makes it so it's like, you know, there's people like, oh, yo, regular Pat's gonna have a thing on here. Let me check this out. And then they check out the next thing, and then they check out the next thing. So it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like a lot of people who might be feeling like, oh man, like this person's gonna be in it, like my stuff is not as good as theirs. It's like, that's not the point. It's not like
yeah.
no one is sitting there like analyzing them like comparatively.
Yeah, like it's not
you know?
like the contest, you know, like you don't really have to.
Right, exactly.
This
And so
isn't a
I- yeah.
copyrighted music talent show being broadcast on national television. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a name, but I feel like we might be copyright struck or
regular
something.
Pat's. Regular Pat's not going to sign you to a record contract after you post your song or whatever. He's not going to be Simon Cowell.
He
Okay?
yoinked it.
But it's still a cool event to be involved with because, you know, like I said earlier, my favorite thing about it was all the cool new people we met, and we hope to meet cool new people this year because we haven't announced anything, but we are planning on submitting something to March Caprice. I'm not saying yet
Soon,
what it is.
TM.
Soon TM. And you might be saying, wow, Mike, that seems very vague. It's almost like you haven't thought about this till this moment. And I'm not going to confirm or deny that, but I am going to say
He's
we
gonna
will
plead
be
the fifth on that one.
we are submitting something to March Caprice this year again because we had so much fun in the event last year. There's no way we wouldn't.
It's
be
a
involved.
no-brainer.
Yes, exactly. And although we are not involved in the genesis of this event, we are happy to have, you know, people like you guys on to talk about it because I think it's very important to our community, and what you guys are doing is super duper awesome, and I'm so happy we have people like you guys in the community to do it. So thank you guys.
Yeah, I mean, this is all about just helping people kind of prop each other up, help each other out. Again, like you said, we're not trying to like necessarily exclude people who are like might have a certain amount of subs or anything, but this is about helping maybe creators who don't get seen as often. So
For sure.
It's really exciting to be a part of something like this, being able to help everyone like this.
Harkening back to what like Mike said earlier about the music community, I had no idea that there was such like a dedicated, like really like talented group of like musicians who like analyze the series like soundtracks. I had no idea about like Keynote or like any of them.
I had no idea there were so many musicians in the community.
Just don't
like,
just don't tell them that Ishimoto writes good songs. They will not be happy with you. I can't wait till Keynote comes on here and yells at me about how Ishimoto, because he's going to.
He probably will. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely will. All right, guys. Well, thank you, so much for coming on. Is there anything else we want to talk about in regards to March Caprice before I let you guys go?
No, I'd say if you're thinking about it, if you're still not sure, go ahead and sign up anyway. I think OJ would vouch or back me up when I say that we're, as a group, we want to help everyone be part of March Caprice. So like if there's something that might be a little weird or off about your submission, we're down to kind of help you figure it out. You can join our Discord, throw ideas around in there in the chat.
Yeah, for sure.
Bounce each other off. Just do it,
Awesome. OJ, do you have any thing to add to that?
Yeah, just to add on to what KeybladeSpyMaster was saying, like we really do try to like help out anybody who does put in an application for the event. If there's something wrong with what you put in, we try to reach out. So don't really stress out too much about the process. Just like if you feel like you might be able to play a part in the event, then just apply, and then we'll see what we can do.
And I will vouch for that we, last year when we submitted our thing, I wasn't even sure that it was something people would want in there, but I talked to different members of March Caprice about it, and they were very cool and very helpful, and we figured out what we wanted to do, and it was kind of a silly thing that we would always kind of do, like a tier list and all that stuff, but even though I didn't necessarily felt like that fit within the event, we made it work, and it was all thanks to everybody involved in March Caprice. So I will vouch for what these guys are saying. So if you're on the fence, you guys, you should sign up. You should go to marchcaprice.com. Is that correct?
Yes.
Marchcaprice.com. Is there a link for the Discord there, guys?
There is. There's also like a short link, and Daniel just posted it last night, and I already forgot it.
We also have a Twitter you could follow if you want.
I was gonna say that's probably a good place to find it too, guys, on your Twitter, which is probably just at March Caprice KH. Yes, at March Caprice KH. Yes, okay. So go follow them on Twitter. Even if you're not interested in being involved in the event, that is a great place for news about the event if you want to just watch, and trust me, you do want to watch this event as much as you can catch of the 3 days. You want to do it because it is a blast, and it's really cool seeing all the art, music, and live streams, and now this year writing. So it's a good idea to follow this account so you can check that stuff out. If you're interested in submitting your stuff, please go to marchcaprice.com and you can submit there and join the Discord. And if you're unsure about what you're doing would fit in the event, chances are they can find a way to make it fit for you guys. So go talk to those guys and check it out. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being on the podcast this week and talking about this. I appreciate both of you.
Thanks for having us.
Love to have both you guys on sometime in a more talking about you kind of way, but we'll definitely do that in the future if you guys are down. And I appreciate both of you again for coming on. And if you guys want to like plug your socials if you want, and so that way people can find you guys and follow you.
Sure. So I have a Twitter. It's at Orpheus Joshua. I just kind of post like random crap there. I write for KH13 and a site called Noisy Pixel. Both of which are just like gaming sites. So if you want, I retweet my like written stuff there if you want to see them. I also stream on Twitch occasionally, at Orpheus Joshua there too.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, you'll see me griefing in the chat every once in a while.
Yeah. Also, good to know that OJ did write an article about us. You know,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are famous.
Yeah, true.
Oh, I did see that. Yes.
Pixel. Yeah. He wrote it specifically about us. It definitely wasn't about the Kingdom Hearts 3 randomizer or Water KH or Critic Perfect. It was about me and Jason specifically. And so,
I mean, that's all I read.
thank you, OJ. The check is in the mail. KeybladeSpyMaster, where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter as well. I'm at KeySpyMaster because KeybladeSpyMaster is too long. I also write for the.
Damn you.
It'd be like
Yeah,
that, dude.
I didn't think that one through when I made that, but oh well. I also write for the Kingdom Hearts database, wiki/news/preservation site for the Kingdom Hearts series. So you can find me there, probably writing or building something or breaking the site. I'm going to be breaking the site this weekend, right before Christmas. So
Heck
fun
yeah.
times.
Sometimes you got to break it just to build it back up, you know?
And yeah.
He likes to randomize the site, if you will.
That's exactly what it is. I just kind of play randomizer with the other writers. They're the players, and I'm the randomizer.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you again so much. Jason, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, it's time for the question of the week. But thank you again to Orpheus Joshua and KeybladeSpyMaster for coming on. We'll be right back.
This is Richard Epcar. Welcome to the Ansem Report podcast. Come to the darkness.
Welcome back to the Ansem Report podcast. Wow. What a couple of great gents.
Yeah. What a couple
of mates.
What a couple of dapper gentlemen.
Dapper Dans, if you will. KeybladeSpyMaster and Orpheus Joshua. Please go check out March Caprice if you're interested in showing off anything Kingdom Hearts at all. Any kind of art. Anything. It's a great event that we took part in last year, and like I said in the interview, we will be taking part in this year in some way that I don't know yet.
Shape, or form.
It might be run by a dastardly organization, but the event itself is very poggers.
Yeah,
so you should go check it out.
Despite the organization behind it.
Despite them, yeah, it's kind of like
good. Organization 13, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. They're kind of like Organization 13, which is pretty poggers. It's time for the question of the week.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Apharoxis, for being poggers, dude. That's my new word today. Is poggers.
Just saying poggers, not on Twitch.
Yeah. Hey guys, wow,
ironically.
Wow, that's poggers. This week's question of the week is
that sex was pretty poggers.
Thank you.
Why are you being weird, Jim, dude?
This question of the week is from Meteor Phoenix, and it's kind of a based one. What KH Secret ending video has made you feel the most hyped for the future of the series, and why? Yeah. I know what my answer is.
I don't care.
All right, moving on. Billy the Kid Lawrence says...
Didn't ask, don't care.
How many words does Billy the Kid Lawrence say before saying mommy?
Give me an under or
over or under 30.
Sometimes he likes to say at the beginning, and sometimes he likes to drop it at the end when I'm not expecting it. I'm going to say over 30.
Over 30? Okay, here we go. Probably the Kingdom Hearts 3 secret ending, because I've never imagined growing up that we'd see beyond a 3 if we even got it, let alone the entire direction the story is going as well. A close second, though, is the KH2 secret ending, because KH3, I mean Birth by Sleep, was such an epic enigma for years. The animation of that ending, the graveyard of Keyblades, the epic fights and abilities, the dark nature of it all. And Roxas? Terra's yellow-eyed transition, Master Xehanort's ominous design, the who the hell's that dude in the helmet, and of course, it was the introduction of Mommy.
Yes, I was right. Yeah, over 30.
You're right. Nice bet, dude. You should buy a lottery ticket.
Dude, I win. You guys have to rate 5-star on Spotify and Apple Podcasts now.
Another thing they could do, Jason, is go onto our web store and buy an Ansem Report podcast hoodie.
Wow, that is really good.
Yoda only shops on the Super SpikeGhetti Bros store. Yoda has a What the Fuck is Dog Street shirt. And he bought one for his small child. Very poggers. Wow, thanks, Yoda. Pokemon Trainer Jay says, anyone who doesn't say Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix secret ending is a liar. So many theories at the time about what was going on and who these people were and their cool capes that we were 100% going to see them wearing in future Kingdom Hearts games.
True.
Yeah, they definitely didn't wear the capes, did they?
Honestly, it probably would have looked like shit.
Capes are hard to animate.
Especially when you're playing on a fucking PSP, dude. Are you
at the end of BBS, dude, Terra gets his cape.
He does. He does.
Wildcat Diana says, so here's the thing. The first KH game I completed was BBS, and I never unlocked KH1's secret ending. So the KH3 secret ending was the first one that made me go,
Yo.
But it was more than that. See, I grew up with more 80s and 90s anime, and there's one thing I know. If a Japanese creator puts a government building in the center stage, it's because shit is about to get real. Either the building is coming down, or it's going to be an epic fight where people die. So when the camera swoons on Riku and shows the building like that, I just jumped on my chair. And the train doesn't stop there. I was like, so who's the broody leader of Resistance character in this Tokyo-like universe? Immediately Yozora appears. Oh my, this is promising. And then the Master appears, doing the cartoon villain of watching the protagonist from a rooftop. Aren't you making it a little too obvious? Zigbar. And I was like, oh no, Sora's in danger, Sag. And then he does the heart with his hands, letting the player know without words what he wants to do. I would not be here today on this Discord if not for this secret ending. I was so hyped that I was talking with everyone I knew about it, and it made me realize I gotta find other Kingdom Hearts friends. I need to talk more about this. Like a balloon that needed to deflate. Needless to say, I could not be more curious and hyped to see where the series is going forward. Oh, that's kind of wholesome, Diana.
This wholesome
Normally
mode.
Diana has some like chaotic energy in there, but that was just kind of wholesome.
That was just wholesome mode.
Very wholesome. You know what else is wholesome, Jason? Going to the Super SpikeGhetti Bros web store and getting an OK Boomer Stitch shirt.
The least wholesome thing on the fucking store.
Okay, Boomer. Wow, Stitch, thanks. Oh no. Ikibaka. Akibaki Bukabaka. Akibaki Bukabaka. Biki Biki Baka Baka. You're just making shit up, dude. He's just making shit up. Like Stitch that's not your alien language. It's not fucking Polynesian. It's not like he's just making shit up, dude.
I feel like in one of them he's just like itchy.
Itchy, ma.
I'm itchy.
It's a scrotum. What? Stitch. Weird.
Whoa.
Anyway, Energy Scott says, Wildcat Diana, you've kind of inspired me for my answer. I played KH1 and 2 really young, so I had no idea they had secret endings until I stumbled across stuff online, and this was before social media. So all the hype was based off me being a hyperactive kid, which has great memories, I'm not gonna lie. And when KH3 came along, I was so stoked that this was the end of the series, and I wanted to be at the time due to the long arrival. So the special ending threw me off a bit. I was disappointed it wasn't ending. It was only after Melody of Memory, finding the ARP, and joining the community that I fell in love with KH again. So playing through KH3 again, I take back any beef I had with it before. It's truly awesome. Before Mike hates me, sad. Anyway, answering the actual question, KH3 for me has the best ending because I've enjoyed listening to all you guys discuss it and theorize it. And now I can't wait to fight Yozora. Let's go. Merry Christmas, squad. Thanks, Energy Scott. And I would tell you, I would not hate you for not liking KH3. You're wrong, but I wouldn't hate you.
That's true.
Cheery Theoden says, KH1 for 2 reasons. First is that it was the only one I naturally unlocked on my original playthrough without looking up a guide or something to make sure I hit the requirements, and that's kind of cool to me personally. Second and most important reason why is it is the cutscene that made me most excited for the future of the series, is that it told childhood me that there was a future to this amazing game and that it would even be a series. Not to mention how great the different art style was, the world that never was introduction, and see Neo Shadows for the first time. It was just such a trip to realize that there must be so much more to the story, and we were just getting started by defeating Ansem.
Yeah.
Great answer. Dreamer says, if no one says that the fucking Kingdom Hearts 1 secret ending made them the most hype, I'm done. Because listen, KH1 was the first game and the first secret ending. Imagine sitting there, you won the game for the first time and you're watching the end credits roll and whatnot, and then all of a sudden you're seeing an unknown kid running around in a black coat in the rain with absolutely no context. That made me a lot more than just hyped. I like speed ran the rest of the games just because I wanted to know what the hell that was. True, Dreamer.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
KH Waterblock says he's mad he missed last week's question, so he's going to answer both.
Okay.
Last week's, because this is my forte, I'm going to have to go with my Kingdom Hearts invite-only launch party glass cup set.
Oh, shit.
It's gorgeous and something I've been after for a decent bit. It's a set of 2 glass cups in a wooden box with the first game's logo burned in the front. It was only given to the English voice cast, the development team, and gaming media at an invite-only launch event as a thank you complimentary gift from Squaresoft and Disney in August 2002.
Holy shit.
Something I'd kill a man to get is the Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories cardboard standee. They're sick. I'd kill for one since it's my favorite game. Now for this week's question. I'd say Birth by Sleep's blank points because I knew it was branching out more stuff and I couldn't wait for more content. Thank you, Waterblock. Waterblock has an insane collection of things. If you're ever interested in checking it out, go to our collection part of the Discord. He's posted so many pictures over time of just his insane collection.
Yeah. It's impressive.
It's very impressive. Yonsong says, KH2, imagine you're a 14-year-old lad finishing your second Kingdom Hearts game. You think you got this shit figured out, and then the dopest tokusatsu ass armor wearing motherfuckers are in the desert Keyblade graveyard? What the hell is the Keyblade War? It was at that point Nomura made me a man groan. Wow, Nomura made Yonsong a grown man. That's my new way of handling any Japanese pronunciation is I'll try to say it like normally and then I'll go,
oh yeah.
I'll go, oh yeah, brother, tokusatsu. Konnichiwa. Phil Games says, I kind of don't feel qualified to answer this because for me, the future of the series has always been post KH3. The KH2 secret ending is the absolute hypest secret ending ever. Yoko did not have to go so hard with Fate of the Unknown, but I'm glad she did. It's one of her best OSTs ever. I think Phil Games means the final mix one because I don't think he probably saw. That's what's so interesting about these secret endings, and we'll probably talk about it when it's our answer too. But like, depending on when you picked up Kingdom Hearts, you might not have any context for the original secret endings. Like, you might not know Deep Dive, but you know Another Side, Another Story. Yeah. Or you might not know Sunset Horizons, but you know whatever. That one's just called Birth by Sleep, I think. That's just like pretty interesting to me. It depends on when you joined in, you know. Yeah, for sure. Emma Luda says, this is so difficult because all of them made me hype. I would say Deep Dive, but I already played KH2 when I saw that, so it was more so just cool looking than looking forward to the future. So, probably blank points. At that point, it was looking like everything was finally going to come together in the future with everyone being saved by Sora. I believe it's also the longest secret ending we've ever had. Definitely less cinematic or vague than something like Deep Dive, Birth by Sleep, or even KH3 secret ending, but it had a lot of heart in it. Now up next we have Aquafolia, who, first time commenting in the Discord, but we've heard from her before and she's going to explain how. Hello there, I've left a few comments as Holly D on YouTube, but this is my first time participating on Discord.
What up, Holly?
Welcome, Holly. KH is my first online community I've ever been a part of, and it's been so welcoming and fun, and I'm so happy I found you guys. Anyway, I only discovered Kingdom Hearts about 6 months ago. At age 24, you could say I'm a bit late to the party. So for me, it has to be the cutscenes before the secret boss fight with Yozora at the end of Remind. Every line Yozora says just makes me even more confused than the last, and every time I watch it, I notice something different about the scene. I remember hearing, "Why are you using Sora's name?" And I got chills. And then he says the same quote Sora said at the beginning of KH1, and there might be 2 canon endings? I'm so excited that I get to experience this mystery in anticipation with the rest of the community since I missed out on all the mysteries over the last 20 years. I can't wait to enjoy the crazy ride of the next phase right along with everyone else. Also, if Nomura doesn't tell me what Sora said to Kairi before he vanishes in KH3 and how he was able to help her in the end of Melody of Memory, I'm probably going to pull all my hair out. Thank you, Holly. Please don't pull your hair out.
Yeah.
But I really...
Welcome to being a KH fan.
Well, welcome to being a Kingdom Hearts fan.
That's how you know you're a true fan, is if you want to pull your hair out from the secret ending.
What's the meme where the guy...
First time?
Yeah, the guy they're hanging with the the nooses and
is that James Franco?
I think maybe it's Dave Franco.
Does he have a brother?
Yeah, I get them confused.
I don't know. It's a Franco looking ass.
Yeah, Franco's. Alex says, obviously I'm a tad late to the KH train, and I didn't even know KH 1 and 2 had secret endings until I finished BBS, so that was kind of funny, but they were still super cool. However, I gotta go with the KH3 secret ending, not only because it was the only secret ending I actually found myself, and not through some YouTube video. Not only because Sora and Riku waking up in a place we've never seen before, but Yozora not being a joke character, Somnus being sprinkled in the music, Master of Masters being in the city with Sora, you already know shit's gonna get real in the next big KH game. I know we all say that with every secret ending and how we assume the next KH game is gonna be super dark and whatnot, but I say the next KH game is gonna be absolutely wild, and I cannot wait. True. Thank you, Alex.
True.
Network Daddy says, obviously, KH2 FM has a fond place in our hearts for the utter chaos of unknowns it unleashed on the fan base. The KH1 Final Mix secret ending, however, in hindsight, brings a lot to the story in the sense of shifting the tone, setting up questions for who we thought were familiar characters, and was indicative to that very first sequel in the mainline games. In terms of making me excited for the franchise, that one stands out for strictly the secret ending. The entire BBS Final Mix secret episode gets an honorable mention outside of secret ending cutscenes. It sets the plot in a new direction, gives us Heartless lore, a glimpse into the dark world, and expands the scope in ways that were fresh beyond what a simple cutscene could do alone. A fantastic addition that got me amped for KH3, even more so than 0.2's ending. That's a good point. The BBS secret episode is pretty good.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I had ever played or seen until we did the Platinum Trophy.
I had seen some of the cutscenes. There was definitely cutscenes that I had not seen, like parts of it. Like I'd never seen that fucking boss neither.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
He'd play like invis all the time.
Right.
And, like,
It was pretty interesting. That
it was like really fucking scary behemoth type thing.
Yeah. Brundock says, I can't believe I missed last week's I do nefarious things for a full line of Org 13 figures. Don't care if they're ring arts, Nendroids, static figures, whatever. But this week, this is so weird because really none of them. I fell off the KH train between early middle school and end of high school, so no new games were coming out at the time, and I never really played a KH game blind since very early childhood where I never beat them. Therefore, none of the secret endings were really building up for anything, so I guess I have to say KH3 by default, but it does make me excited, so I guess it's a good one to be stuck with.
True.
SBCat says, probably gonna have to say blank points. For me, it was that moment that I realized, oh wow, this is like a lot bigger than I realized. I have a really hard time following any video game story. I've always been this way, so Secret Movie was always an amazing epiphany for me. I still get chills every time I watch it. I love this franchise so much, and I love that even after all these years, I still get the same feeling. No honorable mention this week, keeping Mike on his toes. Thank you, SBCat. Eggnog says, Eggonog, I don't know why I just said eggnog. Eggonog says, gee, this is kind of a tricky one. I think the runner-up for me is KH3. But for my favorite secret ending in the series, it's got to go to my favorite spin-off game, The World Ends With You. Oh. Although the ending on its own was perfect, if you ask me, I think the secret ending does a nice job of getting the player to think of what a follow-up could look like. It solidifies that while Joshua may be an absolute cock/shitbag, he can't deny that he truly did care about Neku and the gang. No. Bummer for him. They're on a different plane of existence now and are super happy without him. LMAO. Also, it lays down some neat potential plot hooks for a sequel. Like, what are the folks upstairs planning? What could that mean for Neku and friends? How will Sora and Neku's stories finally intersect? It's a bit of a shame that those first two questions will never get answered, since we never, ever got a sequel to The World Ends With You. It never happened.
True.
Couldn't think of an actual answer, LOL. Thank you. Thank you, Egg. And finally, we got Pro Gamer, who says, it's for sure the KH2 Final Mix secret ending. Just watching it takes me back to being like 10 years old and looking it up on YouTube, being absolutely amazed by the animations. And when Aqua takes her helmet off to reveal there's an absolute mommy blue-haired Kyrie that saved Roxas from the most evil-looking bald asshole I've ever seen, I was also absolutely convinced that the guy that takes his helmet off the end, Terra, was Squall. Wow. He is kind of squallish,
honestly,
I guess.
yeah.
I never thought of that. It's like a weird squall, bizarro squall. Anyway, Jason, what is your answer to this question?
Dude, it's hard, dude. Because I'm split pretty hard on the OG 1 and 2. Because there's so much cool stuff that you could easily forget about in like OG1. Like it looks so fucking good for how fucking old it is. Like it's actually disgusting how good it looked. And there's just like a lot of shit like that. Also like the fucking like the old version of like how these characters look, like they look a little bit different. Like there's like an older Kyrie she looks a little bit different. Like her clothes are totally different. And so like there's shit like that that's really cool. But like the feeling that I get even watching the KH2 secret ending is just like, oh shit. Yeah. So I don't know, dude. I'm too split. I can't. I'm cheating. So I'm on the fucking podcast. I get to say both. Yeah. Get fucked.
You literally have my answer because Deep Dive in particular, like Another Side, Another Story is really cool.
Yeah.
But it almost like gives you too much.
Yeah.
Where Deep Dive is like, you know, because I didn't play KH1 Final Mix till it came out on like,
and then like being in fucking like a bunch of like Japanese stuff too, and like if you were watching it on YouTube, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
For sure. So like, I really love Deep Dive. I think Deep Dive is just like, I remember getting it for the first time and just, what? And I was like, you know, probably 17, 18 years old, something like that. But like, just like seeing like how dark it was, and then the rain, dude. We talk about KH rain all the time, but it's just like, but then on that same coin, beating KH2 for the first time, and getting the secret ending and getting Sunset Horizons, which is just like, I don't know. That one might be called Birth by Sleep, actually.
I think I'm gonna lean more towards the KH2 one because that was the first one I ever worked for, because like we just had regular KH2, right?
Right.
And like I wasn't always a god gamer, you know what I mean? Like I had to work for that shit, and so like actually going like doing the shit to see it, because like of course I had watched it on YouTube and shit, because I was like a dog shit gamer, but then I was like, you know what, dude? Like I want to unlock it myself,
right?
And like going through that to unlock it myself, and then finally like actually watching it. Shit is fucking lit, dude. I know I still have like 1 million saves on our PlayStation 2 memory card.
Okay.
Because it was that fucking good.
So I found out I am fucking up these names entirely. So Another Side, Another Story is the name of the original KH1 ending.
Oh, okay.
And then Another Side, Another Story Deep Dive is the name of the KH1 Final Mix.
Final Mix version. Okay.
Which makes sense because it's a deeper dive, right? That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The Gathering is the name of the original Kingdom Hearts 2. The Gathering.
The Gathering.
Because it does show them standing there.
Right.
And it shows the character walking up and you don't see what he is. Birth by Sleep is the name of the Kingdom Hearts. So that's the one of the Final Mix. The Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
Okay.
Where it basically shows the intro scene to BBS.
Yeah. Like the whole thing.
Blank Points is the name of Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. And then A Fragmentary Passage is what's the name of the secret episode.
Oh, okay.
Apparently Recoded has one called Signs of What's Next. Dream Drop Distances is called Another Guardian of Light. Destiny is the name of... It's the original ending of Coded, but they added it into the 2.5 remix, I guess. I don't know. That's confusing. And then Yozora is obviously the name of the secret ending in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Right.
Which, I mean, honestly, I really like that secret ending too.
Yeah.
Because I
don't dislike any of them.
Right. They're all really good. I'm actually... I know everybody loves Blank Points.
Yeah.
I'm kind of down on Blank Points.
Really?
Because to me... Okay.
That shit give me goosebumps, bro.
It's good.
It's really fucking
It's good. But to me, it's not a secret ending.
I guess, yeah.
Like, it's the equivalent of...
It's like a post-credit scene in a Marvel movie.
No. This is what I was going to say. So, Spider-Man, this is not a spoiler to say this, has 2 post-credit scenes. Well, a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene, right?
Yeah.
And I would say Another Side, Another Story and The Gathering are like the mid-credit scenes. And then Blank Points is like the Doctor Strange trailer that plays at the end of Spider-Man. Like, it's more of like a trailer. It's less of a like a concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more just like, hey, there's a bunch of characters talking about how Sora should save them, kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
So to me, like, it's cool, but it's just like a cutscene.
Yeah.
It's not a secret movie. It's a secret cutscene. Because it's so
That's a
damn
good
long.
point. Yeah.
It's so damn
and
long.
also the art style of it as well.
Right. It's just in-game engine stuff. Where
Yeah.
the secret movies typically have these
Like a
like
fucking.
for their time, very high def,
Yeah.
like pre-rendered like movie shit.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of
Even KH3 has that.
right. And so it counts for me, but that to me brings it
I could.
down. I like
can
the
see
other
that.
ones better.
I can see
Even
that.
though I think
It's a
Birth by-
good fucking
it is.
cutscene.
Birth by Sleep might be my least favorite because I feel like it's just been cheapened over time
Yeah.
by, like, it's literally the intro to BBS, and then it's literally a scene they play later in BBS. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it
Like,
plays twice. Yeah,
It plays twice, and it's like
that's true. It's pretty overused.
That's
why I like the OG. But the OG is like fucking like. I feel menacing vibrations around me when I watch it.
yeah. Oh, dude, because that music is so good.
Yeah.
Like it's just so spooky and scary.
When you just beat KH2 having done a fuck ton of shit or beating it on fucking Proud.
well, and
like,
they give you the message in the bottle scene right before it. Right?
Yeah,
and
that
you're like,
too.
oh, that's like kind of like, oh, we don't
it's
know. what this is.
heartwarming. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Another adventure
another
or something.
adventure. And then it's like,
You're like,
and and almost showing Xehanort and Vanitas in the second version of it makes it less spooky.
yeah.
Like, because you see, like, they're standing there and you see all these Keyblades, and then
When it looks like a mirage too.
well, yeah,
much
well, and then
more.
there's something they like kill right before it.
Yeah.
It like fades away.
Yeah.
And some people have said like, oh, those were their like bikes or whatever. And I don't know. It looks like this big monster they kill, and then they turn and look, and that's when the music, the drums really kick in, right? And then it does the dun, 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 dun. I'm getting chills just talking about it. And you just see the mirage, and then a bunch of words fucking flash on
Yeah.
screen, and then it's like Birth by Sleep. And you're like, what the fuck does that mean? You know?
You'll beat the game again. Beat the game again.
Right, dude. I just got chills talking about it, dude. I can't. It's so good. So that's probably my favorite, but it's probably not the one I'm gonna watch by myself late at night because I'm getting spooked by it. You know what I mean?
No, true.
I'll watch. Deep
I thought you
Dive.
meant like a devious way.
No, yeah, I'm fucking.
I was like, what? I'm sorry. Which one are you jerking off to?
I'm fucking pulling myself off to fucking The Gathering, dude.
Well, you said it wasn't that one, so I was gonna ask which one it.
Oh,
which one are you jerking off to?
Yozora for sure.
Okay, true.
Yozora for sure. Anyway, thank you guys so much for answering that question of the week. We all love the secret movies. We're excited for whatever the next one is. That's probably. I mean, I obviously love playing Kingdom Hearts games. I love the mechanics. I love the story. I love the cutscenes. I love the music. I love everything about it. But maybe my favorite part of Kingdom Hearts are the secret movies.
They're up there, dude.
Like, I loved Kingdom Hearts 1 playing it originally, you know?
Mhm.
But I don't know that I'd be like where I am today without the secret movie. You know, I don't know that I'd be like starting a podcast about Kingdom Hearts without the secret movies.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I think it just spurred on my imagination at a time where, you know, I wasn't like, I watched Dragon Ball Z, but I wasn't into a lot of like anime stuff or Japanese media stuff. You know what I mean? And Kingdom Hearts was definitely my gateway to a lot of that.
It's a gateway drug for sure.
And the secret movie was a huge part of that, for sure. Especially Another Side, Another Story.
Yeah, it kind of gives that vibe of like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where he's like, I'm gonna do some weird shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy fuck, this is dope. Like,
This is dope. I am ready for him to
you
do
beat the
weird
whole
shit.
game, and then some weird shit happens, and you're like, yo, this is some weird shit. This is fucking cool. Also, the animation in fucking what is it called? The OG KH1.
Another Side, Another Story.
Another Side, Another Story. When the fucking Neo shadows are coming like through the water in the ground, dude. It looks so fucking good to this day, dude. It's so cool. Also, I want to see, like, it kind of was like remade, but like, there's that part where, I think it's Roxas, but like instead of it being he like makes like a fucking flaming heartless symbol in the fucking ground type shit when he's like wielding the 2 keyblades. That shit looks fucking badass
it does
too.
look cool. It does look cool.
But it kind of turned into more like when he's doing like the laser beams instead.
Yeah, they kind of redid how that works.
Yeah.
Sure. Anyway, next week's question of the week, Jason, for the live, I screamed that, podcast is actually going to be related to the iceberg. We kind of hinted at this earlier. I'm going to post the current version of the Kingdom Hearts, or the Super SpikeGhetti Bros Kingdom Hearts iceberg on the question of the week. And then I want you guys, if you want anything else that's not on there, to be explained, or
like a favorite bit from a podcast, like anything you think should be on an iceberg.
Anything
if you don't know what an iceberg is, maybe watch an iceberg video on like something you like.
Well, basically some part of our lore that you want explained, put it on there and we will add it to the iceberg for the live podcast.
Maybe reading it in the Discord might give you some be like, yo, put this.
I'll explain it a little bit in the question of the week thing.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, that's going to do it for episode 140. Next week, like I said, will be the live Ansem Report podcast, Thursday, December 30th, 5 p.m. EST at twitch.tv/Super SpikeGhetti Bros.
We hope to see you all there.
We hope to see you all there. Also, don't miss me and Gyps KH2 randomizer race, 4 p.m. EST, Monday, December 27th, 4 p.m. EST. I already said that. Twitch.tv/Super SpikeGhetti Bros.
And
twitch.tv/Jip214. So catch us all there for that stuff. And we will see you next week for the live podcast. And then we're getting pretty crazy with the guests. We already have more guests booked for episode 142.
We got them lined up, dude.
We have people lining up outside the door to get on the podcast.
Like, let us in.
So I hope you will please look forward to that. Jason, hit him with it.
May your heart be your guiding key.
Thank you.
Now fuck off. Eat my fuck off food. Brother.
mir von nicht auf die wenigste Airfest National Plan. Das ist die Brauch für den nächsten Drittel mehr. Strip cabin ook zingen volgens het. Oh, wat? Oké, het Orpheus is vernoemd. Oeh, wat is mooi, mooi, wat was die? Server filled up.